Man, you should do it continuously, not stop.
Yeah.
Hit this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's the best. Go, no, bro, you go.
So, just getting my legs warmed up right now. Getting some soreness out of the way, which I built up from yesterday and the day before, obviously. So, a little bit of light cycling just for 10 minutes, literally. Getting loosened up. Did some heading practice with Mo. Just get loosened up, have a bit of fun, and very soon we'll be off back to the training ground again. Beautiful day outside, so feel good, slept well, ready.
You're gonna have to watch your going and you're coming back.
Just make sure that
so that
I have enough energy.
Yeah, so that that place will not be empty.
Everything that we've seen on the news, in pubs, in newspapers, on TV, on BBC, everything, all about right now about Wenger and extending his contract. It's crazy. Ever since we got here.
Yeah.
2-year contract, blah blah blah. Is it the right thing or not?
Yeah.
I gotta do everything today.
Yeah.
It's not. This trial is not being about just the best on the 11v11, but the best out of 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 games that they see.
You just need to keep your same rhythm from yesterday, and it's possible. And then all your corner kicks were good. Your passes were good. Also, be very strict on your passes. When you receive the pass. When you receive the pass, if there's ample time for you to pass it in time.
So I think the difference between Tuesday's trial and this trial is that you can see a lot of the coaches and coaching scout or whatever scouts coaching stuff over there.
I see no concentration on the players, you know, whether they're watching, you know, players or not.
Yeah.
Actually, the scout should be those who are going to be, you know, actively involved into this.
Yeah.
Not just sitting in one place, conversing. There should be, you know, in 4 angles, I think, 2 or 3 coaches around, you know.
But the difference with Tuesday's trial is that the scouts were all around the field and they're kind of assessing players. So it's probably not the best thing. They're looking at 300 players over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
So obviously there's some fatigue involved. And they're probably sick of it after the first 2 hours or 3. And then the afternoon for them is probably, you know, they've been there since 9.
Yeah.
The afternoon for them is like, man, I want to go home already.
Look over there.
So
somebody's talking to the work group.
yeah.
See? They're not actually watching
They're not watching.
at all.
So you really got to capture attention. You really got to turn their heads then today. Shouting, speed.
They were fantastic.
You played as the right mid today.
Yeah.
How was your experience actually? So how do you like this?
It was good to get out here and see what it's like. This is the first big major trial we've ever done. So it was decent day. I wish we had a bit more control over the formation. But other than that,
Have you played before?
no, not really.
What, just like Sunday League?
I've had maybe 2 games for the Sunday League team and then stopped. Yeah. But I was like, I don't think you should keep on doing this.
So what made you want to, because like £150 for every player to come here, it's a pretty big investment. What made you want to kind of come here? To take your chances or what?
Passion. It's something I've been doing since I was this high. And you think you can suppress it, but it never goes away.
Just a desire to
It
play.
never goes away. I tried. I tried to kind of, but sitting down and being an armchair coach, it's not for me. So I said, you know what? Let me give it a go. See how it turns out.
And do you think it's been worth 150? It's a lot. Or is it worth it?
Shop window, because this is directly in front of the LA Galaxy coaches. It's cheaper than a plane ticket.
Yeah.
You know, cheaper than a plane ticket, so it's fine. Just £2 on the tube to get up here.
We got Dan here. He's just retired from playing in the MLS. Amazing achievement. And now he's revisiting the early Galaxy.
With this crowd as well, this finding out that it's making us look like the crowds. A lot of influence, and one of our goals is to expand our network into places that have great football culture, great soccer culture, and we could potentially help bridge the gap with some players that have maybe fallen through the gap and have them come and play for our Galaxy 2 team. And our Galaxy 2 team is our feeder to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So we view this as a huge opportunity both for us as a club, but also for the players that are involved in it.
And there are a lot of players, a lot of foreign players on the LA Galaxy 2 roster, from what I've heard, right?
Yeah, I mean, by no means are we just strictly a club that has players from Southern California. It's one of our goals to develop the talent in Southern California, but we feel like we have fans all over the world, so we're going to want to have players from all over.
And you had 300 players come here today, I heard. That's a rough number I heard from the organisers. So you got 300 players here. Do you got another 200, 300 in Manchester as well?
Yeah, it'll be close to that number. Yeah, a lot of players.
And in Asia, so for the Asian viewers out there, watch the LA Galaxy website for the Asian tryouts. We've got a few people from Japan watching. But yeah, and what's the kind of, how long have you guys been doing this for now?
Well, so we've been doing the tryouts for Galaxy 2 since the team came about, and now it's just we're trying to do it internationally. That's what's changed. So we're not just doing it in Southern California anymore.
Dan, do you have social media or someone?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. You can hit me at @1Dan Kennedy.
One Dan Kennedy.
Yeah,
There
the
you go.
number 1 Dan Kennedy.
Cheers.
All right. Yeah.
Brian Little.
So just at Euston Square. If you look at my face, man, I'm knackered. Completely exhausted from today. Performance today was not great. Knocked up my confidence a bit. You know, we had a really strong 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Today, second day, just made a mistake, made 2, made 3, made 4 mistakes. It wasn't as good as other days, and yeah.
Myself so cold, but the streets colder, 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 colder. Little homie on the corner, but now I'm all grown up, grown up, grown up, grown up.
There we are, Preston. Let's arrive with the train. I just feel really exhausted. Another 2.5 hours on the train. We've got last training session tomorrow, last trial tomorrow with the Professional Football Scouts Association to pick myself up from today. Got back here now. Trial tomorrow at 8 AM or so. Blisters, I hope, which don't bug me tomorrow. Been an intense Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be another trial. It's going to be another opportunity. Today didn't go so well, and I'll explain why. Conditions were a bit different. We had a different kind of team. A lot of people kind of subbed in. A few people didn't make it. We had this kind of environment where, again, we had this team which did okay yesterday, but today we're rubbish. That's no excuse because I felt okay. You could also say last two days prior were really intense with a game, and of course the 2 hours with the UK football trials plus a 30-minute game. You could say, well, Nick, then obviously you're not going to play so well because you're going to be a bit fatigued, but no. I made sure that I had a good hearty breakfast. I did my recovery. I felt good actually before and kind of fresh. Something just was missing today. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know. I really don't know why. If I had made another good performance today, I reckon I would have had a really good chance for the top 5. Out of the 300 players there, was I one of the top 5? Of course, it's subjective opinion, but my own opinion, I didn't show that in that second day. On the first day, maybe yes, but on the second day today, it just didn't go, great. Didn't go 100%. That's due to a lot of factors. A lot of low skill players, a lot of high skill players. There's such a difference between the skill levels. It's one criticism I'd actually have of this event. Because of the LA Galaxy, they don't vet the players before they trial. You have such a varying skill level. You have people that look like they never played before, and people that have played for pro academy teams. So the difference in skill levels is crazy. There are a few times where I passed to a center defender or midfielder today, and then they just immediately lose the ball, and it can make you look bad. The organizers or the scouts watching, every player that they bring on board is another paycheck. Well, what would you say about today? I'm recording.
Well,
Let's compare yesterday to today.
yesterday's game was one of the best games I ever saw. Actually, because what I saw from the game yesterday, you had better players than the one today.
Yeah.
The game today was just players who came from local villages or towns or around England, and they were involved into this game, and you couldn't see the constructive play. Even though you guys try your best, but when you play with such caliber players, you always have some difficulties.
But that's just the nature of these open trials. So
yeah,
for every player that's watching that goes to these open trials, how do you make an impact then? What can you do? If you're a good player and you get put in with a bad team?
I don't think it's the right thing to do to just put, even though yes, everybody wants to make to have a chance to at least to show himself. But I think the player should be first selected before going to the trial. I think they should be recommended by maybe coaches of their clubs or whatsoever before going for the trial, because going over there, even if you're your best player, you could be Ronaldo or Messi playing with this caliber of player, you won't be able to do anything. I won't have anything to say towards that, because this is how they plan it. But anyway, but if you go there knowing that you are a good player or maybe better than the other players, you just have to do what you have to do, because the coaches will actually see your touches on the ball, and they will be able to differentiate between you and the other player.
So you mean just play your own game?
Yeah, play your own game. Yeah,
but what does that mean, playing your own game? For a player to come to open trial and play their own game, what three things does that mean?
You're gonna have to play according to that rhythm,
According to the rhythm of the team.
Yes.
So you're saying,
because sometimes you're giving a pass to a player expecting a wall pass.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give it.
And it makes you look bad.
Yeah, it makes you look bad.
Because if you're playing with a good player, he'll give you a wall pass.
Actually, your movement will definitely show him where you want the ball, how you want to go, or what you want him to do for you.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So I could see a lot of that in the game today.
Yeah. You can put in all these factors, but my performance personally, compared to yesterday, was not as good.
No,
but
it wasn't good at all.
What do you think the reasons were for that? Do you think it was just one of those days, it didn't work out?
No, I think you were not willing. Actually, the willingness, was not there today.
The willingness. Yeah,
and you have to, your mind. When you go to such, if you really want to do something, you're gonna have to do it with all your might. Put your mind to it. You got a little bit discouraged from few mistakes, and.
But I didn't saying I wasn't willing at the start. I was more than willing at the start. Of course, I came here for this purpose.
Yeah, but from the way the team played today, you got because I heard you making few statements that the stupid mistakes you made, you shouldn't have done that, and this, and I said to you, it's allowed to be made, you don't have to be perfect always. You are a human being. You make mistake too.
Yeah.
So if it happens in the game, you're gonna have to, you know, just let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Put that behind you. Say, look, yeah, okay. If he could make mistake, I could also make mistake. And you try to do, you know, the best out of that. So that the next time, you know, the mistake you made, you're gonna have to correct it. You know. Yeah. So you don't have to be disappointed whether you kick the ball out or you did give a wrong pass or you did not make a run. No, that is not all about football. Yeah, sometimes it turns out to be that way. Yeah. Oh, it was perfect yesterday, and the coaches saw that yesterday. So if you did a mistake today, based on the character of the player that you play with today, they know exactly that you are not, you know, you cannot do as you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of, you know, the caliber of players you play with. So that is understood. This is what I'm trying to, you know, make you to understand today. So there you go. So hopefully tomorrow, regardless of what happened today, we're gonna have to overcome that, you know, and do something more, you know, impressive. Even though it's not an, you know, early galaxy, but you know, just realize that what you've done, what you think was not, you know, encouraging for you, you're gonna have to, you know, improve on that. Yeah. So that's it. Next time when I come to England, I'm not gonna eat any hamburger because it's like raw chicken.
What,
Everything
there?
is raw.
In there.
Yeah.
That good night.